Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. Want an easy tip to making your own postcards at home, easy, simply, and with supplies you might already have? Well, here we go. Okay, so here is a vintage, this is a vintage postcard. It was a birthday greeting, and it has traditional postcard stuff on the back. And this is the one I made just for fun. And this is just like a casual, relaxing one with a nice verse and some images. And I just made it to Sally Sue Happy Paints. It was supposed to be Happy Pants, but I wrote Happy Paints. 2121 Sunny Days Lane, Parchment Paper, New Jersey, 20374. And I just thought I'd have some fun with it. But you can put your stamp here. You can write a little message to Sally Sue or whoever you're sending it to. And these should function as actual postcards. I compared it to this one. They are approximately the same thickness. I did make this one the same size, and let me show you how I made it. It's very easy. Okay, so the base supply that I used was the back of a greeting card. So if you have a greeting card, maybe you have blank greeting cards, those note cards. This one has something on it, but we could work around that, and I'll show you how to do that. And the whole idea with these is I didn't want to bulk them up. I wanted them to be functional in the regular mail, so I didn't collage or put anything on top. Everything I added was completely onto the paper itself via ink or some other substance, but I did not layer or collage or add paper or add trim or anything like that, so they don't get jammed in the system, in the postage system. So let's take a look at some examples we have here. Here is a greeting card, and you could actually you could use the front page of a greeting card as your front decor, and you could just put the postage stuff on the back, the regular postage stuff. But if we want to actually make our own, I'm kind of looking more at the back part of the greeting card. So this part here. Now, postcards come in many different sizes. So there's probably a standard size, but obviously this postcard is bigger than this one. This postcard is not the same size as this postcard. This postcard, just so you know, is 5.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and this postcard is 5 3/4 inches by 4 inches. 5 3/4 inches by 4 inches. So there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of variability in the size of a postcard that you can create that is perfectly okay for mailing. I think that if you have a postcard, you can just copy. You can just make it as make it as a template and just run a little piece of a little pencil line around onto your card, and you're good to go. Okay, so does this one fit? Okay, it's a little narrower, our card is, and it's longer, so we might actually be able to completely get rid of the wording on the bottom, which would be very nice. But I'm going to see what other kinds of cards I have, and I want to show you, maybe there's a different option. Here's a bigger card. Okay, that has something on the inside. Love Emily. And that has a lot of busyness on the back. And since we're not going to be adding anything, you can totally work with this and work around it. Or, is there something on the inside? I think there was, right? Yep. You could work this into your design, or you could color over it. That's an option. Or you could just work on part of this card and just work, no, so we didn't luck out at all there. Let's just look back here again. Let's go with this one. This one we have right here. What's that? Oh, I had this one, right. Okay, here is a blank note card. This would probably be a perfect specimen. It doesn't have anything on the back or the front. So basically, this is just cardstock. Okay, and that's what a lot of postcards are made out of, something with cardstock weight. So a greeting card is a little bit of a heavy, in general, the average greeting card is a little bit heavier of a cardstock, kind of like the weight of a postcard. So if you have a postcard, kind of get a feel for it, and then go feel your greeting cards. And let's just go ahead and, I'm just going to cut this apart, and that's going to give us our base. And it's a great way. Sometimes we like the fronts of our greeting cards and we use them in our junk journals if we're not using them as actual greeting cards. And you can use that as a journal tag or a journal tuck or a pocket. But the backs might get left out and not used. So here's a way you can use them. Okay, are we the same width? We're pretty close to the same width. It doesn't have to be, but it's a nice way to just get a general measurement. This I'm calling close enough. I'm just going to take this little pen and run down here, and then I'm going to snip that off. And then I'm going to do one other thing I didn't do on the first one, which I think I am going to do on this one. Okay, here is my, the one we're going to be working on. Yes, here we go. This one, it's an older one. I think it had sharp edges initially, but they've softened over time because it's a well-worn postcard. So I think I'm going to soften these edges, and I'm going to try and make it look a little bit more like an older postcard. Now, I could just use a corner chomper and come around and corner chomp the edges, which would be totally fine, but I think I'm going to sanding block them just to give it that little bit of old world, you know, rough uppedness. So I'm just going to take it, hold it close to the edge, and just give it a little, like it's been through the biscuit, just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Can you see how that kind of softens the edge just a little bit? It's also going to pick up inking nicely if I decide to ink it. You don't have to ink it. Okay, just a little softness. I'm just going to soften all that. What the heck, I'm here, right? I want to make one that looks a little vintage, so it's going to have a little wear and tear. Just like, you know, it's kind of like stickles. Once you get going, you just want to keep going. Okay. So next, let's pick out, so what I did, where's the prototype? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I took a rubber stamp and I just stamped it, and then I colored it in. I thought that was a way to bring in some nice, pretty colorage. So let me find a little rubber stamp here. Hold on. Okay, here's a big stamp. Now you can use little stamps, big stamps, it doesn't matter. You can just repeat the pattern if you have little stamps. This is a bigger stamp, so I think I'm going to use this one. Let me get a little something to be doing this on. It doesn't, I know I'm just going to get everything inky, so it's probably a good idea to put down a little piece of paper or a glue mat or something, a piece of plastic, just something so you don't get everything everywhere, because I think this is going to extend beyond my page. So this is the front of my postcard. Here we go. Miss you. Good luck. Just never know, right? You just never know until you put it down. I should have probably put something soft under it. Lift it up to get a good print. Oh, it's not bad. I'm okay with that. That's actually very pretty. Very happy with that. Now, this particular one was more of a cream base. This is more of a white base. So just taking that into the design, thinking about it. Gonna let that dry a little bit. And while it's drying, I think I'm going to ink around the edges. And I've got some, what have I got? Dun, 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 walnut stain. Okay, getting that juicy edge all roughed up. That'll be fun to grab some ink. And this is just going to be dandy. I can tell it's going to be really pretty. And you don't have to be a super artist because we have our rubber stamps and we can just put some pretty images on them. And they just look dandy. Okay, flipping it over. So yeah, shoot for your, like maybe your thicker cards will give you a nice element for your postcards. So yeah, a lot of us do save cards. Because they have gorgeous images on them, but don't forget about the back of your card because it can have many wonderful multi-purposes. Okay, here we go. Now I think I might amp it up a little bit and also take some black soot distress ink, and I think I'm going to hue it just like it was like worn on the edges. Yeah, I like that look. Okay, now I'm a very messy inker, so I'm probably going to get ink everywhere. Just so you know, be forewarned, you've been warned. And I'm also going to keep a wet wipe at the ready. You can get these everywhere now because of all the COVID stuff. They have these things for next to nothing everywhere, so grab some. And, or just use a wet washcloth or a wet paper towel and just keep your area relatively clean. Mine will never be relatively clean, it's always a mess. But then it might be fun to add some color. And you could add color in many, 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 many ways. Now I happen to grab this is my pen drawer, gel pens, markers, stuff like that. If you don't have these, you can certainly use colored pencils. You can use gelatos. You can use whatever you like. It'll be just a lot of fun. Okay, so let's what's this? This is some sort of gel pen. What is it? It's probably going to change color. These metallics, Sakura. I think when you color, you get one color and then it changes on you. So let's see what happens. Go a little closer so you can see. All right, and it might smear the black, that could happen, but it'll be okay. Yeah, so you just kind of, you go quickly, don't stay too much on the black areas because it might go with you. Okay, let's see what color this probably is going to change before your eyes because I think that's what this one does. Is it changing? No, it's going to make a liar out of me. Whoop, you're not even there. There we go. Oops, can you see the metal sheen? Yeah, that's what you get with the metallics. That actually came out pretty. I like that one. Okay, so it would be nice if we get you in view here, right? It seems to have a wet, that was a very wet baby wipe. Okay, there we go. All right, so maybe let's just color up a bunch of these. Just get you in zone. And you don't have to color these. They would be very pretty, just black and white. But maybe I'll just color some. And you can even outline them on the inside. Okay, you don't even have to color half of one. You can do that too. Okay, so now, but let me try. I got all those guys right. Maybe I'm going to try coloring, just for fun, because we're here, with a gelato. What is this now? This is a Faber-Castell gelato. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a gelato, and it's pretty pink. Okay, now I don't have a sharp end. How am I going to get the color in there? I could use a Q-tip. Okay, let me get a Q-tip. Let me try it. Okay, I got one of these pointy end Q-tips and a dull end Q-tip. Okay, these guys. All right, let me try the pointy end. Let's see what we do here. Some color. I don't know if this is going to work. Here, maybe I'll do this. Put some on my hand, because this stuff is like soft, waxy color. Let's see what it does. Not much. Oh, a little bit. Okay. Okay, we'll be doing that for an hour. Okay, so we're going to abort that, and maybe we'll try the fat one. We'll give you one try. And if you're not working really good, we're going to try something else. That's what we're going to do. I think you could probably wet this too, but I don't want to wet my my thing. Okay, we're not going to do that. No. What can we do? All right. We'll go back to the pen. Yeah, let's just go back to the pen. It was working good. Okay, this is a jelly roll number 8. Okay. Let's see if we get going here. Oh yeah. Here we go. Am I in frame? Okay. So I should grab my colored pencils because I think they would work really good here. But these are kind of fun too. Okay. All right, there we go. And you color them in solid, or you can just leave them sort of wispy too. That's fine. Maybe I am going to color only certain sections. You can do that. And just to give you some... That's the nice thing about rubber stamp images. They make, it easy to draw because they're right there. And you've got them ready to go. The image is there. You just color it in. Yeah, what could be more fun than that? Coming off looking like a professional. And you're going to get yourself just a dandy. I think I'm going to intermix this one with perhaps some yellow, something like that. Down in the back. Okay. Now I've got 2 there, so I'm going to color you in the back. I'm trying to do alternating colors somehow here to give it a little pizzazz. I think I need a little more pizzazz up here. This looks pizzazzless. A little more color, please. Bring in the color. Bring in the color. There, that's very intense. Very pretty. Let us go ahead. Maybe some gold. What is this? Oh, it's metallic again. You know what that means. It's going to change color. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. I got nothing. Got a big fat nothing burger here. Hang on. That's how it goes. Sometimes these jelly rolls, they do get dry. You have had the biscuit. Okay, we'll put you aside. And we'll go find your friend. Here we go. What's this one? Jelly roll. Whoop. It is, I'll see if I can read it to you. It's hard to read. I can't even read it. Can you see it? Maybe you can see it. Okay, it's a bright neon yellow color. But I think it will give us nice contrast here. Okay, yes, and it's working. I had a funny feeling this one would work. Okay, so there we go. Putting in some yellow here. And maybe a little yellow here. Very nice. And now I do have a few quandary areas because not all of these other areas are going to have contrasting colors. So I'm going to have to make a big decision in my life. What am I going to do? Am I going to go with just the 2 colors, or I'm going to add a third? I could leave it white. That was that color, right? Yeah, that has to be that color. But let's get another pink. Let's just get a different pink. Like maybe, here's a different pink. What are you? We don't know. Let's look at you. Jelly Roll Moonlight number 6. There you go. There's the number. Okay, here we go. Let's test it. Yeah, we're rocking. Let's come here. Oh, it looks exactly the same. Look at that. Who knew? Maybe that's the one I used. I think it's a little bit different. That's okay, though. And we're coloring. It's very relaxing coloring. All right. All in there, all pretty. Okay, that's a very colorful lily, isn't it? Okay, so let me go ahead and color these others, and then we can carry on doing this little guy. Okay, I'm just showing you where I'm at in my progress. I've been using this jelly roll. Oh, can't see that. This jelly roll for the reddish pink, and this jelly roll for the green color. And now I'll just finish up. Okay, so here we are, and I've finished drawing that up. Now what I want to do is I want to finish this one with you using supplies, and then I want to show you how to make a postcard when you don't have the stamps or the this particular type of postcard stamp. If you have one of these postcard stamps, they're handy to have, especially if you want to make postcards. So let's just go ahead and stamp this on here so you can see what that looks like. I think I want to do a little bit more on here. Let me put some words on it or something. We can put a little something. Hang on. Okay, I've got this really cool stamp. It says Enchanted on it, and it's just a fun word, and I thought I'm going to put it on here. Now it's a little bit odd size. It could either go at the top, but I think I might put it on an angle because that way I can get the whole thing on. I think that's going to be okay. And there we go. Okay, so that's a very pretty front on this. And if you wanted to amp it up a little bit more, what I did with this one was I took a peg stamp and I ran around the outside with a repeating design to frame it. I thought it gave it a nice little Victorian look. So let's go ahead and take a peg stamp. Do I have that one out here? Would I have left it for my ease of use? No, of course not. So get a different one, Pam. Okay, I will get this one. I have this little guy. Okay. So I'm going to use my black soot, and I'm just going to figure out which way he goes. It's always important to look at the bottom. It won't necessarily always match the picture. Maybe I'm just going to do them in the corner. That might look kind of cool. I won't do them all the way around. Yeah, make sure you don't get it on the edge of the stamp. It's possible. I seem to always get it on the edge of the stamp. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh, that one. That was a big one. Okay, so there, so we have that, and I think that's really pretty. It just sets it off nicely. I could do more, but I think we'll just carry on. Now, one thing you can do to prevent bleed and smear if you're an impatient crafter, and it'll probably still bleed and smear to some degree because we're impatient, but put a tissue paper, like a Kleenex, down, and then put this down. Okay, don't move it, and then grab your postage. Your postcard stamp, if you have one. And like I said, I'll show you what to do if you don't. And I'll show you too if you don't have pretty rubber stamps to do on the other side. I should probably get that, but I should have a soft thing under here, but I'm not. I'm just going for it, and we're down. I'm pretending my tissue is the soft thing under it. Okay, a little smaller so you can see what's going on. Okay, and we're up, and there we go. That's what we have, so it's pretty much done. And you can just put to whoever you want there, and that would be really cute. And you can send that in the mail as soon as you put postage on it. It's nice and flat, nothing's going to come off, and it should survive mailing. You can always test mail one to yourself to see if they work, but they are a lot of fun, something unique. And you can also tuck these into journal cards. You can keep them blank so somebody could actually use them. You could put a stamp on it to get them started, or make a little portfolio full of some handmade postcards and some stamps, maybe some writing paper and letters. Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be a lot of fun. Okay, so here are the ones we made, and here is an old one, but I'm going to show you one more. I think we have time, yes. If you don't have rubber stamps for these purposes. Okay, so first of all, we need to pick out this. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this one because this is the one I have. It's a little bit smaller, but I'm just going to cut off this so I don't have to worry about it. There we go. Okay, so let me just do this. Cutting off the back of my greeting card. Okay, then I cut off those words. This will be a smaller one, but I think it's still really cute. Okay, there we go. And, okay, now, what we can do. Okay, so we are going to start from scratch. This is just a back page of a greeting card cut down to size. And I'm going to go ahead and, where is the, very disorganized today, my goodness. I had it out, where'd it go? Hold on. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a very easy drawing lesson. That's right, we're going to actually draw our own picture onto the front of the postcard. So it will be a very unique piece of art that you have hand drawn yourself, and a nice personal touch. And it's a very simple drawing, so it'll be hopefully free and easy for you to give away. And it basically starts with an X. So let's go ahead and just put an X. Now what I'm using is a bold, a B Faber-Castell Pitt Artist black pen. Okay. Okay. And here we go. Now you're going to put 2 circles. At about the 7 o'clock, like have the circle hit the 7 o'clock and the circle hit the, oops, I did that wrong. Okay, let me just do this again. I did it wrong. Hold on. Okay, so I have now realized that I just thought of a new idea that I want to show you if you don't have the perfect greeting card. This greeting card has something on the front. It has a nice blank space here, but it has something on both sides. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut this in half because I get to make another one. Yes, I do. Yes, here I am making another one. It's the way it goes sometimes. But this time, and you might find if your greeting cards are a little bit thin, you could actually glue 2 of them together. So I'm going to put this on the inside. That's going to be covered. And I'm going to put this maybe at the top because that's going to be the piece I'm going to use, and I'm going to glue them together. That's right. Here I am gluing them together. Okay, put some glue down. Okay. Going to the edges would be a good idea here because we want this to completely adhere, because we don't want it to come apart in the mail. That was the whole gist of it. All right, here we go. Put this together, nice and tight. And this is going to be, so if your pages are extra thin, then this is a good way to thicken them up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut out my postcard out of this. Hold on. Just going to make a few little trims here. Make sure that all my edges are sealed and flush. And there we go. Okay, so we have this now. A cute little postcard. And we're starting over. That's right, we're just plain starting over. Okay, here we go. Are we recording? Yes, okay, good. So now move your X more into the center. Yeah, I didn't put it in the center. There's your X. Okay, now we're going to put a circle. This is going to meet at 7 o'clock. This one's going to meet around the 4 o'clock, touching the bar. Okay, and then we're going to, put some beaks on here. Yep, you can see where this is going, right? Okay. Put some eyeballs. Okay. And then we're going to do little half moons. Maybe we're going to do something like that. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to color everything in except for one little spot. And color everything in except for one little spot. Okay. And we got that. Let's make it a little rounder. Okay. So we now have some eyes. And now we're just going to do our little birdie bodies. So our little birdie bodies kind of look like this. They start from the chest. And they come over and hit just before this point. Start from the chest, just before that point. Okay? And then maybe you want to do some wings in here. So we are going to just do a little wing and a little wing. Okay? And then maybe you want to put some feathersies, just little feathersies. Okay? And then we're going to draw a line here. This can actually come right through. And now we have to have some bird feet. Yeah, so bird feet. These are just little whimsical birds, so nothing too hard. Just little baby bird feet. And baby bird feet. Okay, so there we go. We've got 2 birds. And now they're on a wire, and we're looking dandy. And so that could be a very cute, very cool way to draw 2 birds with an X. So just something fun I thought I'd show you there. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this around. Here we go. I'm going to use the black soot. I probably would have softened up these edges a little bit, but just going to go ahead and ink them to give it a little more intensity. Got that going. All right. And maybe I'm going to do that on the back as well. Okay. So basically what you could do is you could draw some things on the front of the card, and that would make it a very personalized, awesome, special gift, special card that comes in the mail, and it's actually hand drawn by you. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy. It just has to be fun for that moment in the day, and maybe these little double birds is a great way to start. Let's also go ahead and do this part. So how do we do this without any rubber stamps? Well, what we can do is we can just write it on and draw it on. So I'm going to take a thinner marker. This is a Sharpie pen in fine. And I'm going to take a little ruler. Do I have a little ruler? I do. I have a little baby ruler here. And I'm just going to mimic what I'm seeing. So what I see is a line down the center. So let me start with that. Okay. And then there was a little line over here. Not touching that line, so I'm just basically mimicking it. It's not going to be exactly the same. It's just going to be like the basic structure of having a place. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines for the address. Okay. Okay. And then a little place for your stamp. Now you could hand draw this in here. Okay, what is this on? Am I showing you? Yep, okay. Okay, and you could just write stamp here. There we go. And maybe you just want to write the word postcard at the top. You could try your darndest with your fanciest handwriting, or you could assemble if you have rubber stamps with those in it, but I'm just going to do the handwriting one. It's got 2 little lines. This one has 2 little lines under it with a diamond, so let me just try and do 2 little lines. This doesn't have to be exact, but we're just doing essence of. Okay, 1 line, 2 lines. Okay, there we go. And now I'm just going to write the word postcard as best I can. And you can make these letters fancier. Maybe you want to pull in some of your calligraphy. If you do any of that, this is a good time to practice it. And we're always practicing things, so why not, right? This is a great place to try it. Okay, I'm just like making these sides of the letters better. Probably did that wrong. That's okay. But there you go. So there we have a place, and that you could put this card as hand stamped by if you want, or handmade by. Maybe handmade by. Doot, doot, doot. And just put that there, and you could fill that in. And there you go. Okay, maybe that could use a little more pizzazz, and we could actually put, oh, I don't know, maybe, okay, so we don't have stamps. That's right, remember, we don't have stamps, Pam. We're working with things if we don't have, we're not gluing anything on. So we're back to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to decorate it with this guy. This is the chubbier one. This is the B. And I think what I'm going to do is put some dots at the bottom. Can you see? It kind of looking like rivets. Okay, I could actually do that all the way around. That would look cute. Let's see how it goes. You could draw flowers. You could do all sorts of things in here. Butterflies. I've got some other videos on how to draw some basic flowers. They would look great in here. Okay. And so that could be a lot of fun. And maybe you could make this into a chain link fence. Probably use a ruler here, but I didn't. Whoops, I wiggled. It happens. It happens. There. Okay, so you can fill in your bottom space like that. And there you go. So just something simple, something fun. And this is definitely thick enough to go through the mail. And as long as you sealed it up really well along the edges, it's not going to get caught anywhere, and it should post just fine. And that's a fun way to make your own postcard. So let's back up a bit and show you what we got. All right. So we did those. We did this one. And is that all of them? I think so, right? Yeah, because we did that one, this one, that one. And maybe, I don't know, I think I want like a word like, I don't know, I'm just going to put a word on there, like something really simple, like, hello! Just to have some fun. So you can color, you can stamp, you can create your own completely from scratch. There's a lot of ways. Now, husband is cooking in the kitchen, and hang on a second. Okay, he promised to clank less. But that's pretty much it. So have fun making your own postcards. They're fun to make. They're fun to add to junk journals. And they're just an enjoyable way to spend your afternoon. So please like, subscribe, and share if you had some fun here or found some value. My videos, they come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. My podcasts come out Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I have a free monthly email newsletter. Hey, sign up for that if you haven't signed up for that. And what else? I have a Etsy shop where you can find vintage Digikits and FUNDLEs and all sorts of fun things. You want to come in to say hello? I'm just going to say a quick hi. Hi, everybody. This is my friend Alphonse. That's Alphonse, everybody. Yes, he's my best friend right now. Okay, bye. Love you. Thank you. And here you go. Take Alphonse. I have there's all sorts of things in the Etsy shop. So just check it out every once in a while. You might find something fun. And also I have an Amazon shop, a Facebook group, and a merchandise shop. So if you're looking for fun things that say Create with Reckless Abandon on it, you might find some fun goodies in there for yourself or others that you care about. And remember, most of all, that fun can be simple and create with reckless abandon, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.